Students who, by themselves, are already as diverse also differ in motivation. Thus, diversity in motivation may be traced to differences in age, developmental stage, gender, socioeconomic, and cultural background. How these factors influence students' motivation is the concern of this topic. These are some of the students' motivations research findings. Our students' motivation may vary on account of age, gender, cultural, socio-economic background, and special education needs. Our class is a conglomerate of students with varying ages and gender, and most especially cultural background and socio-economic status. Our students' motivational drives reflect the elements of the culture in which they grow up, their family, their friends, school, church, and books. To motivate all of them for learning, it is best to employ differentiated approaches, different forks, different strokes. What is medicine for one may be poison for another, and thus as the two principles to consider regarding social and cultural influences on motivation.
Human environmental factors affecting motivation. If environmental is defined as the sum total of one's surroundings, then environmental factors that affect students' motivation include human as well as non-human factors. The immediate human factors that surround the learner are the teachers, the other students, and his or her parents. The human learning environment of the learner consists of teacher, classmates, and parents. For their very being and behavior, they can motivate or demotivate a child to learn from and perform in school. The interaction of the teacher, the learner, and parents produce the classroom climate for learning. And now we will discuss about the teacher's behavioral traits. In a survey that was conducted in 1996, almost 1,000 students between the ages of 13 and 17 were asked to identify characteristics of best and worst teachers. The students responded that the number one characteristic of good teacher is their sense of humor. The others are make the class interesting, have knowledge of their subjects, explain things clearly, and spend time helping students. The number one characteristic of their worst teachers was that they are dull and boring. The next four are do not explain things clearly, show favoritism toward students, have a poor attitude, and expect too much from students, from National Association of Secondary School Principals. A teacher has affective traits as well. A teacher's positive affective traits, such as caring, understanding, genuine respect, enthusiasm, and professionalism, the student's sense of belonging to a learning community, and parents' supportive behavior definitely create a learning environment that is facilitative of learning. The contrast of these produces a counterproductive learning environment. Studies suggest that management and instructional processes are key to facilitating learning, but many interview responses, like the letter at the beginning of this module, emphasize the teacher's affective characteristics or social and emotional behaviors more than pedagogical practice. Some of your teachers were motivating and inspiring, others were not. You are grateful to those who motivated and inspired you. You must also be grateful to those who were not as motivating and inspiring. In a way, they also helped you become better persons in the sense that you strive to become better than them. Researchers cite the following affective characteristics of effective teachers, according to James H. Strong in 2002. First, we have caring. Specific attributes that show caring are sympathetic listening to students not only about life inside the classroom but more about students' lives in general, understanding of students' questions and concerns, knowing students individually, their likes and dislikes, and personal situations affecting behavior and performance. Second, we have fairness and respect. These are shown in specific behaviors like treating students as people, avoiding the use of ridicule, and preventing situations in which students lose respect in front of their peers. Practicing gender, racial, and ethnic fairness, providing students with opportunities for them to participate and to succeed. Third, we have social interactions with students. The specific behaviors of a facilitative social interaction are consistently behaving in a friendly, personal manner while maintaining professional distance with students, interacting productively by giving students responsibility and respect, allowing students to participate in decision making, willing to participate in class activities and demonstrating a sense of fun, having a sense of humor and is willing to share jokes. Fourth, we have enthusiasm and motivation for learning shown in encouraging students to be responsible for their own learning, maintaining an organized classroom environment, setting high standards, assigning appropriate challenges, providing reinforcement and encouragement during tasks. Fifth, attitude toward the teaching profession. Having dual commitment to personal learning and to students' learning anchored on the belief that all students can learn. Helping students succeed by using differentiated instruction, working collaboratively with colleagues and other staff, serving as an example of a lifelong learner to his or her students and colleagues. Sixth is the positive expectations of students manifested in striving to make all students feel competent, communicating positive expectation to students. Example, they will be successful. Having high personal teaching efficacy shown in their belief that they can cause all students to learn. And lastly, we have reflective practice. That is, reviewing and thinking on his or her teaching process, eliciting feedback from others in the interest of teaching and learning. Another factor that affects students' motivation is their classmates. Classmates' bullying and the need to belong. Students form part of the human environment of the learner. In fact, they far outnumber the teachers in the learning environment. The need to belong is a basic human need. Students who are accepted by teachers and classmates feel they belong to the class. Students who feel that they are part of the class look forward to attending and participating in class. The sense of belongingness enhances their learning and performance. The prevalence of bullying, however, obstructs the creation of a learning community where everyone feels that they belong. With bullying in schools, the learning environment cannot be safe. Then, by all means, bullying should be eliminated in schools. Bullying takes on several forms. It can be mild, it can be intense, or deeply seated and highly violent. Today, safety in schools is being raised all over the world. Another factor that affects students' motivation are their parents. Parents as part of the learner's human learning environment. The learner spends at least 6 hours in school. The rest he or she spends at home. Parents, therefore, are supposed to have more opportunity to be with their children than that of the teachers. How many of our parents use this opportunity to support their children in their studies? What parents' behavioral traits are supportive of their children's learning? Parents who are supportive of their children's learning are observed to do the following.